Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to your tarot horoscope for the sign of Leo. This reading will cover the moon cycle that began on October 16th, 2020, with a new moon in Libra. I'm going to be using this tarot deck called the Seventh Sphere deck that was designed by the Golden Thread Tarot. I'm a big fan. And I always use the same spread, which is my signature spread that I use in my private readings. It's called the Square of Life. This is a spread that's inspired by an idea from an early 20th century metaphysician named Florence Scovel Shinn, who believed that in order to have a happy and fulfilled life, we have to keep health, wealth, love, and self-expression in a nice balance. And so it's a 5-card spread, and we start with the center card, which is our theme for the month. So for the upcoming cycle, Leo, this is the High Priest. This card, otherwise known as the Hierophant, is a sign of a teacher in your midst. It is a sign of a wise one, and really a call to tradition. Seek out traditions and lineages that are true for you. And this can include explorations into your ancestors' traditions, as well as paying mind to other cultures' traditions, while also being intentional about paying respect to and honoring the origins of those traditions and lineages. Because the shadow of the High Priest is that we can go from being these sages and from having the best intentions of wanting to share our wisdom and share traditions, share in sacred rites of passage, that can become confused with this idea of there being a right way. And along with that assumption that one way is right, that also makes another way wrong. And so we need to be very careful this moon cycle not to fall into that kind of didactic way of teaching where we're finger wagging and saying, you need to do it this way or you're damned and you're going to hell. That's not really productive. And honestly, people don't really respond to that kind of teaching by following your teaching. They are often inclined to rebel against that teaching, because all of us at some point or another have felt the inclination to say, screw you, I'm going to do what I want to do, and buck tradition and say, I'm going to go my own way, just because we don't want to do what the mainstream is doing, or we want to say, fuck the man. So be wary of that tendency at this time. In the realm of health and self-care, the way you're taking care of yourself right now, we've got the Judgment card reversed. So Judgment shows up to help us shore up a very long cycle. This is a moment of reckoning, and when we have the chance to look at all of the choices that we've made that have led us to this point, every little teeny tiny choice that we made over the course of our entire lives, that were a chain of reactions that led to this moment. How have we participated in the creation of what is now present? And how can we release ourselves from expectation? This card says, screw anybody else's belief about what you should do, how you should have shown up and done the things that have happened in your life. But at the end of the day, when you say only God can judge me, I think of how really we are our own authority at the end of it all. All that matters is how you feel about yourself with the choices that you've made. So maybe that will mean a little bit of a revolution around the choices that you're making from here, but owning that shit and saying, this is me, the good and the bad, it all amounts to the perfect imperfection. And then in the realm of wealth and career, we've got the Chariot. So the Chariot comes up to let us know that it's okay to rest. It's okay to appreciate how far you've come. As you are reassessing your personal role in your life and in the situations that are present right now, also remember that you are at a precipice. You are at a lookout point at this moment in career, because so much of the world has changed in the last few months. We have been given this grace to look down at where we came from and say, like, wow, I see the struggles that I had before, and I'm so glad that I'm not there now and that I've worked through that, but where do I go from here? It's important not to fall into complacency or to resign and say, I've reached the end, I've come as far as I can. This card says, with work, pay attention to your ambitions and maybe lack thereof, and try to get in touch with where it is that you came from and how that motivated you to reach this stage. And so how that can serve as a renewed desire to go back and to help more people who are where you were before reach the point that you're at now. In the realm of love and relationships, we've got the Page of Pentacles. This is a fresh start. There is the sense that you are looking at love with a fresh set of eyes, with the innocence and openness of a young one. There's some innocence here, and that ain't a bad thing. The Page of Pentacles is also an invitation into the body, into the enjoyment of the sensual experience. So with your lovemaking, with your flavors of conversation and the experiences that you're curating for yourself to have with others, with the ways that you're nurturing connection, make sure that there is this element of curiosity. Honor those little nudges that push you to want to experience something. Allow yourself to experience new things in relationship. And ignorance is bliss. If we are innocent, we can overcome those preconceived notions that can scare us out of trying something new. And then in our final area of life, we've got self-expression. So the 10 of Cups is coming up in the realm of self-expression, reversed, to say that this is a difficult time to express oneself. It is, the retrograde season is not through. We've still got Mercury retrograde going on, and it's making some difficult conjunctions. And so I would say that it is not the best moment to pour forth and to let all of your emotions fly. I would say this card is a warning that you are releasing a lot right now. You are completing a cycle of emotions and perhaps grieving some of those emotional patterns that have guided your expression in the past. It's okay to be at a loss for words. It's okay to be kind of in the soup of your emotions, because if we don't feel them fully while they're present, then they'll come back later and they will hurt then too. So even if it hurts, even if it takes a little bit of your inner strength to sit with those difficult emotions, allow them all to pass through you now so that you can release them for good and not have to revisit them again later. All right, my Leo, I'm wishing you a beautiful moon cycle. Please subscribe to my channel and check back next new moon for more insights from the cards.